Calgary, and was able to meet up with Bernie on the Sunday and spend a few hours with him, checking out all his alchemy, and he took me for a little tour around town. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a good time together for the few hours that we spent there on the Sunday. Because that same day we actually head home. We headed home Sunday night around midnight. So that whole 5 days, it was really, really busy. Traveled all over Banff and Canmore and Lake Louise and Bow Lake and a whole bunch of sites downtown Calgary. Yeah, it was an excellent vacation, and now I'm back to business. It's Friday night. Welcome, Philip, and we got Gerald on. We have Nathan on. We got Lulu on, and last but not least, we have BurnEye on. So
the whole and we're six, like the Power Rangers, huh? The 6 people.
the Power Rangers.
Bert and Ernie.
Yeah, Bert and Ernie. Yeah, I've seen the Bert and Ernie's lair.
That's what we need next for a cartoon. Bert and Ernie Power Rangers.
Yeah. So I guess we'll start as we usually do with Philip. Maybe give us a little briefing on what's happened the last week or so and what he got on the horizon.
Sure. At the same time, I gotta go in an hour. So for the demystify presentation, or an attempt to present my theory for a second time there, but because there's a lot of views. I know it's very it's not a well the best organized presentation, but I saw like Dr. Unzicker there, so that's why I kind of changed my mind. So there's a lot of viewers that watches that episode. So I'm gonna try to present my theory for a second time. The first time I did apply, but there was too many people and they didn't draw my name. But I'm gonna try again. So so yeah. So by the way, I'm gonna share my screen. Um, there we go. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, you're all good to go.
So I'm not gonna play it, but I saw today Tim Ventura interviewed Eugene Podkletnov. Eugene Podkletnov is somebody who had made an experiment back in the 90s about the spinning disc or superconductor disc or something like that, and he claimed to have measured the anti-gravity. He wasn't nobody really knew him that well back then, and he was kind of some sort of yet another ghost, ghost researcher that nobody knew. So Tim Ventura interviewed him carefully and today, and he got some update from him, and Eugene is still working on the anti-gravity stuff, but now he's not using superconductors anymore. Not only is not using superconductors anymore, but he's using a spinning magnetic field. So he claims that the spinning magnetic field has stronger effects than just a spinning disc by 10 times. But spinning magnetic field might be. I mean, I know the induction motor, you can do that by induction. But I don't know if the inducted magnetic field will work for anti-gravity. Maybe you need a spinning magnet. I'm not sure. But seems to be. I mean, if it's 10 times better than my MHD vortex of liquid gallium, then I mean, good for him. But I'm not convinced yet that it's more scalable than the MHD vortex, because if he uses AC, then AC you have a limit of how much, what is the frequency of the AC current. So, well, I'm not convinced that it's a better scalable solution than the MHD vortex of liquid gallium. So, but strangely, Tim Venture did not mention my name in the presentation there. Don't know why he's ghosting me again. But I'm gonna try to present at Ashton Forbes as well. Somebody recommended they do a presentation with Ashton Forbes. I looked at his profile. He doesn't seem like a crank or anything like that. He's kind of underground a little bit, but he seems to be an open-minded person. So I did try to contact him by email tonight. So we'll see what he says. And and also I got an answer, a clear answer from the U.S. Navy, and they are very interested into what I do, but they say I'm still too much in early stages. So man, so I just started applying for jobs on the West Coast, on the U.S. West Coast, and because there's no money here. Let's face it, I can't do anything. All I'm doing is paying taxes over taxes in Canada. So I need to get out here and move to the West Coast. The salary is like greater than here, so yeah, I'm gonna be able to pay for everything to self-fund my experiments there. So that's and also I'm gonna be able to apply to pay some people, a group of people to apply for grants in the U.S. So I know exactly who to talk to. I know exactly what to do. I just need the money and get out of here. So,
You know what the problem is with the government here? They don't like spending money on preventative things. They always want to spend money on fixing things after, something. But to prevent it to begin with, they don't like spending money on that. They like learning always
yeah,
the hard way on things.
yeah, they're reactive. They're not proactive. It's even worse in Canada, but at least the military is more proactive for having the best technology available. So that's the good thing. And I know they don't have it because otherwise they wouldn't say they wouldn't invite me. They keep inviting me. They invited me again in Honolulu at the end of September. So they're the ones who keep inviting me, and that's like the top the top meeting for all the companies in the world that end up being selected there, and they're the ones inviting me, like sending me emails to go. So they're clearly very interested into what I'm doing. But I can't say that I'm broke and I can't go and things like that. So I find excuses, but um, no, I'm done being broke, man. I'm just getting the hell out of here.
Is
Very
that the is
simple.
that the same conference I in September 13th? Is that the
Yeah,
one in Texas?
no, that's not the one in Texas.
Okay.
That's the end of September.
End of
That's
September.
in Honolulu.
Oh yeah, you spoke that to us about that one. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. People say that the military is creepy. I mean, the CIA, they're not creepy at all. The CIA is a lot more creepy than anybody else. But not the military. They're very open-minded for. If you got the solution, then they'll listen to what you have to say. You know. So yeah, that was my update, my 10 minutes, my 15 minutes update here. Yeah. And
You're
Well, at
on it,
least you're-
Phil. Go ahead.
But at least you got their attention, right?
yeah,
So,
they
you
are.
never know, right?
Yeah, and also while working on, I had the solution for the force field and the antimatter genesis. But the problem with the force field is I wanted to use an electric field to generate the force field. But an electric field is hard to control, so I said, why don't I use the antimatter to create the force field? It's a lot more powerful. So and you can control more easily photons than a bubble of electric field. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just gonna just narrow down my technology at the same time. So yeah, that's a cool thing. So maybe next week, who knows? Maybe next week I'll be next to the beach.
Yeah, really.
Nice.
On the beach of San Diego.
No, and there's gonna be in the Bay Area this time.
Oh, okay.
San Francisco.
Oh,
In
San
Santa
Francisco.
Clara.
Ooh.
Santa Clara.
I heard San Francisco's kind of in rough shape right now.
Yeah, not there. It's more in Santa Clara, San Jose, Mountain View.
Enjoy the earthquakes.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I'll welcome them. As long as I got my palm trees and my boat, I'll be happy.
There you go. They're actually
Nice.
fun to ride out. I rid one out in BC. There was a big earthquake. Couldn't walk across the living room. It was just like a ride at the X or something. It was fun.
Yeah, there's somebody, I'm not gonna name his name, but there's a lot of materials. They are aware of a lot of materials they could use to make the buildings earthquake proof.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they have a solution, man. I don't know what they're waiting for, but they can definitely commercialize that and make a lot of money by making like I heard some people have like aluminum with the strength of tungsten, and very very light but very strong at the same time.
I
So
could use some of that.
yeah, they are much more advanced than you can imagine. So, but the civilian world will look like we're still living in the 1950s. We still have cars on gasoline, and we barely have electric cars, and you know what I mean. we're very like deficient on the real technology that exists out there.
But it's kind of funny though, because when cars first came out, they were electric.
Yeah, and the water engine existed a long time ago as well.
We went
Yeah,
back.
and the aluminum engine as well.
Yeah.
I like the one where it had a wheel in the back that would go down and lift the car and parallel
go
park
sideways.
it.
Yeah,
That baffled my mind on. They had that since God knows when, and why isn't it on right now?
That was made like 1905. That video.
Very simple idea. Like it should be on. Should be a standard on all cars. Why not?
I know.
Yeah.
Well, there's some cars out now. I've seen some of the higher end cars with 4-wheel steering, but not like utilizing it like that video that I seen with the old. I guess it was a Model T, or no, it was bigger than that. It was another model, but yeah, some of the stuff they had back then was we don't even have today. It's weird.
Definitely by design.
Yeah, some of the stuff they had in the 1880s, like some of the battery technology they had back then, it all disappeared.
Yeah, it was better than some of the batteries we have today.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a whole whack of batteries that they were using back in the 1880s to run the telegraph system. They were using, I think one of them they were using magnesium, and another one they were using zinc or iron. And the batteries rarely ran out of power. They were using it to run the telegraph. So, yeah, they said they had some interesting tech in the 1800s. If you really dig deep into it, you'd be surprised what they had back then.
Yeah, they were really good at using static electricity.
Yeah. Oh,
they weren't all yet connected by this like network, from any point to any point. So they had to generate different ideas locally. You remember the population grew.
Yeah.
It wasn't,
it was.
They
didn't really have they didn't have a centralized power system like we have today, right? So, everybody had to be kind of like almost electrically self-sufficient on their own. And that's the direction I feel we have to go again. We have to get off the grid. We have to get as a decentralized power system. That's the only way we're going to go forward.
That's coming whether we like it or not.
Yeah, because all these data centers they want to start deploying. Like they're opening one here not too far from where I live. And we only got 2 major power plants within the GTA where I live. And since that data center goes up, that thing's going to be a royal pig on hydro. It's going to take all hydro.
Absolutely. The data centers in the United States are already taking 40% of the overall country's power.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, and it's only going to get worse, right?
And for what? Zeros and ones? Like, come on.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, how's it going?
What do you think of AJ? How's it going?
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Welcome.
You want to introduce yourself and what you work on? Or
Yeah, sure thing. Well, I met BurnEye just a little while ago, a few weeks ago at the Tesla Tech conference. So that's how I kind of got connected with him. I'm currently studying electrical engineering. Main focus is geophysical survey and underground imaging. I'm currently working with Primary Water Technologies. So we're a geophysical company specializing in underground water location. Or locating for water well.
Like LiDAR type deal?
It's a type of well, it's not really LiDAR. So our main process is a form of sonar. So it's a form of passive seismic, and we correlate that with another type of technology.
So shotgun shell into the ground and grab the echolocation and
similar, not quite as yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have a question to Nathan or Gerald or anybody. So, like I was saying earlier, Dr. Poklenov said that magnetic fields generate a strong spinning magnetic fields generate a stronger anti-gravity effect than a spinning disk or spinning gallium or whatever. But I know it's pretty easy to create a spinning magnetic field by induction. But do you know how to create a spinning magnetic field by a rotating magnet or something like that, or something more efficient than a rotating magnet? Like
I just use solid state winding with my coils, and I get magnetic spin all the time.
Oh yeah, you said that at some point. Yeah,
you can see I've got multiple videos with the magnet sitting in the center of the coil, and it's not only turning around the inside center of the coil, but it's centrifugally, I always say that word wrong, turning at the same time as it's spinning around the inside core. So yeah, it's absolutely vortexing.
Okay, because you can definitely measure, because we're two now. We're two, me and Dr. Poklanov. We have similar results, and if you can, I don't think you need a lot of current to generate
Not at
weight
all.
loss.
Not at all. I use the back EMF for that, or what some call inductive reactance.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, I think you said you observed that also at some point.
Yeah, actually, in almost every coil I've built, there's a few that don't. But yeah, vortex through sacred geometry, that's the key. There's so much to learn from it.
Even Thomas Townsend Brown, when he was doing his anti-gravity experiments, he was using like 200,000 volts, but he was only using about 100 microamps. Very, very little current, but extremely high voltages. And he was still able to achieve lifting effects even in a vacuum. So, that just goes to show when you're creating magnetic field or flux, current is not needed. You don't need very, very little current. A lot of voltage, yes. And that's what Tesla was doing. He was working with millions of volts.
Yeah, that's because voltage creates a difference of energy potential. That's why you have a force. Yeah, that makes sense. But in my case, I'm using amps because I want to move. I'm using the Lorentz force to move the gallium,
Right.
but it's not the same thing. And indirectly, I need the gallium to move to create the gravito-electromagnetic field. But it's two different cases. But yeah, that makes sense when I think about it. Because voltage, that's what it is. It's a difference of energy potential, and that's gonna create a force.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, and if you use the right vortex system, the very potentials that you're going to get will stem from charge separation. So when you're putting voltage in, say, 12 volts, like my last video, when I shut my function generator off, it went into resonance and I was producing 176 volts on my secondary and 76 volts on the ferrite core that was half an inch from the coil itself and faced outwards. So it all comes down to how you design the coil itself if you're going solid state. Spin is the key, man. Angular momentum is what you want to try and achieve, basically.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, that's a very dense half hour for the first half hour conversation. That was very productive. So thanks, guys.
Yeah. No problem.
Dense like my head.
We're here to help.
You're going to have to have a high voltage potential, a magnetic potential. You're also going to need to build a null zone, and then you're going to need to pump the null zone. Okay? The energy that you're putting into it is going to be very minimal. The energy that you want to get out of it is coming from the null zone itself. You must compress and decompress it consistently in order to get the energy to amplify higher. Okay? And then you can also use that as your vector direction. If you only do it on one side, then it's only going to go one way. Okay? But that's the key to it, is you have to pump the null zone. That's where all of your energy in, because it's pulling like a vortex into everything. And then by compressing and decompressing it is where you're going to pull your energy. It's the same thing that Mike showed here, that when you have 9 volts of 2 plates, put them together, you get a Casimir effect. Pull them apart, you get 1,000. Why is it? Because you're sucking in energy from the environment itself, creating an energy potential that's much higher, but you're continuously doing it. So you're continuously building up the energy. So the energy that you're putting in has to be very minimal, because the energy that you're pumping out of the center is very high. Okay. Yeah. then you
Well,
can create a temperature differential around the entire
with
thing.
a solid state vortex coil, the very potential you put in creates a magnetic field from the spin itself. And that potential creating a charge separation, just the very differential from what you put in to what you get out, allows you to collect current just from the very flow itself.
That's
In the
absolutely
null
right.
zone, it's created by that flow of two different spins being interacting in the center of itself, and then the null is created in between the two.
And
So,
that's counter to each other, yeah.
The null zone's where the magic happens. Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, man. So now I'm gonna buy a solenoid or a capacitor, a parallel plate capacitor, and I'm gonna start messing around with that, man. Just like you guys. Finally,
Just try finding a surplus store somewhere in Montreal. Start looking around. Check your yellow pages or whatever. So see if you can find a surplus.
The problem with a solenoid coil is you only get one compression line of null, if that makes sense. I know that's not scientifically terminology, but you only get one line of compression. If you do it in a like a geometrical form and you put the right amount of windings on it, of course, and they're not perfect. There's lots of variations. You'll get more of that null zone that you're trying to contain, which is basically like electrostatic confinement through what a lot of people would term reverse field configuration. Basically, like we had talked about prior, you're building a coil that's 180 degrees out of phase, and you base it on sacred geometry. You're going to be like through the roof.
They create saturation zones in order to hold each energy type inside of it.
Well, you saturate your pickup cores, and that's how you get your energy out.
Yeah. Well, that depending on which side you make it more windings on, one's going to be more magnetic than the other, and you're going to get your differential already between the two.
I want to show you guys something. Would this work as a coil? Let me show you something. It's art, but it's also a base for a coil configuration. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah.
Center is the null zone. Is it clear?
Oh yeah,
I see your cup of tea, no?
Try
see
to
the corner of it.
Yeah, try to center it more. Try to center it more, Lulu.
Like this?
There we go.
There we go. Back away a little bit, and then you can see the whole thing.
That wouldn't be an easy wind for sure.
No,
That'd be pretty complicated.
I don't know if I could do that one.
Well, I because this is this is one of like the old sacred geometries, you know. Like this has been passed down for many generations, so it has to have some kind of meaning behind it.
Well, if you take it in layers, then it might not be so bad.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing something clear where I could like peg it, and then follow the transparent from on top. Yeah, just
you'd have to peg each cross section that you see, so each point.
Yeah.
All
Put
of
the
the
peg
lines.
first,
Maybe that'd
then
be an interesting coil to see.
Yeah, it's an idea.
Actually, I gotta sorry to kind of switch topic here. AJ, I have a question for you. Are you familiar with Eric Dollard's work on his earthquake detection?
He sounds very familiar. I believe some colleagues mentioned him before, but I never.
You might want to really investigate his work on his earthquake detection.
Okay.
He was basically using about 4 to 10 miles worth of radio antennas, or like basically the old bell lines, the telephone lines, hooking it up in a loop antenna and hooking it up to an AM radio. So just prior to a seismic event, the radio starts making a huge amount of squealing noise. So he's picking up an enormous amount of electrostatic discharges going through the ground just prior to an earthquake. So his system got so accurate, he could predict an earthquake within 10 to 12 hours of the actual event.
Wow. Yeah,
So,
definitely.
so anyways, to make a long story short, he presented this to the U.S. Geological Survey, and it blew up into something really ugly. They went after him, and they didn't like that too much.
Yeah,
So,
that's something I've been very interested in, is just getting into the water industry itself. It's very similar to the power situation, like with early, Tesla and JP Morgan, is where,
yeah.
We're looking at these underground spots where, for instance, the Arizona Department of Conservation and a bunch of other departments, they're saying, oh, there's limited water supply, but with the company that I work for, we can scan these properties, and if you find a fracture zone in a area that's typically has 12 boreholes, dry boreholes on it, and we've had case studies where we hit 30, 50 gallons a minute, but it has to be very precise drilling right on top of a fracture zone, and it's a pretty much inexhaustible amount of water. So it's really interesting to see how it kind of correlates to almost like the Tesla JP Morgan, where there's a limited supply. It's just who's controlling the distribution of it, and it's really
exactly
monetary
and
value.
you know what, that's going to be a very important resource in the next, say, 10 to 20 years, is water. And that I know for sure. If you control the power, and you control the resources, you're at their mercy.
Right.
If they cut off the water supply, what happens to everybody?
Exactly.
Right.
Aren't there
But,
technologies that can harness water from the atmosphere, even in dry zones?
Yep.
Absolutely.
There's
So,
several.
there are ways to still generate water.
Yeah.
High voltage will do it.
Yep. The guy from Plasma Channel, he did a very good.
He did an awesome job at it. Yeah.
He did a really good build on that. Yeah. Just water.
I don't know, AJ, if you're aware of what we work on. Nathan's the Tesla coil king. He works on all the Tesla coils.
Okay.
Lulu's the idea, she's the idea queen. She comes up with ideas that just blow all of our mind. Phil's into doing force fields and all kinds of other tech. Mike's the battery guy, and I'm the coil guy. So we all work on sort of alternative things to get at electricity, and some of us are working on anti-gravity as well. So just so that you're aware. Yeah.
Very cool.
Tonight we're just connected the dots, so it's a good timing to be here.
Yeah. The battery tech I'm working on presently is basically a self-recharging battery that lasts about 10 to 20 years. So I've been working on that for about 2.5 years now, and I got several prototypes I have testing right now, and I'm getting some really, really good results right now. So, and I also do pulse motors and over Unity motors. So I've been working on my Renegade device for about 8 years now. So, yeah.
Very cool.
I've been working on my theory for the last 15 years, just to give you an idea. Now, now I'm getting down to experimentation, and everything seems to be working so far, but I'm not done yet.
Yeah, we're all at various stages of our research. I'm about to do a big unveil. I've been kind of egging people on for the last month and a half. Nathan's kind of chomping at my bit, going, hurry up and show what you got to show. So, yeah, we're all kind of at various stages here. but it's all good fun,
Yeah, you've been in the...
I'm being invasive, I know.
Spotlight. It's your spotlight time now, Gerald.
Keep things secret. You know how it is, Phil.
You see, we got to bust Gerald's balls for at least 3 months, man, before he reveals anything. Yeah, it's like a minimum.
And then I reveal it, and then scientific papers are written about it because NASA came out with it a week prior. Just like.
And the things that I've been seeing, like everything we talk about, they put it under this like flashy, channel or flashy headline, and they give it to somebody else, and I'm just like, wasn't this what we talked about maybe months ago or
Yeah.
We're
maybe
ahead of the
years
curve,
ago?
Lulu.
But like, it's just, I don't know.
We're
I just
ahead of
feel
the
like
curve.
most of the ideas are being ripped off from
Well, it's
here.
like
And
that. It's like the 0 point energy chip that they're starting to build now. Um, you know, I'm so interested in it. I think I'm going to actually work on that. So if I can come up with this 0 point energy chip, you know,
Wasn't
would
that
be pretty
similar to
awesome.
what Bedini was doing with transistors?
It's kind of like the diode thing, but
Oh yeah.
you're using a 1 nanometer layer of graphene, and you have to somehow suspend it in a matrix that it'll allow the graphene to fluctuate um, as the 0 point energy fluctuations move against it, and keep that movement of the graphene. It would be waving up and down like this, and then you would have like two electrodes on either side to pick up the voltage differential. So there's a couple guys out there, Sonny White, I believe his name is. He's got some chips in production now that are actually putting out about 3 volts at about 100 microamps.
Yeah, he was on Joe Rogan, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on Rogan, and he also was on somebody else's show. Who was it? I think he was on Tim's show, Tim Ventura.
He was.
Yeah, he was on Tim's show as well. So he's one of quite a few people that are working on this. So it's gaining a lot of traction. I think that's pretty promising stuff that's coming out. So it's not more a theory anymore. They're actually building practical devices. Like Sonny White said, right now at the stage we're at, we could run like watches and small electronic devices, put it in cell phones, recharge your cell phone when you're not using it, and you got to start somewhere, right? So start with the small devices and then build your way up. So
absolutely, they're finally starting to talk about a lot of the things that for the last 16 years have been working on, and they're talking about stuff that Nathan's been doing, and so it's interesting what the scientific community are working on. They're finally coming around full circle to the stuff we've been discussing over the last 5-6 months, right?
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
It's getting traction. It's getting some traction now, right?
Yeah. One thing that's funny is in the interview of Dr. Potladnov this morning, he said that in order to be accepted by the mainstream, he must not say that Einstein or Newton were wrong, So that's evidence right there. The mainstream is highly corrupted,
I'm sorry, academia looks at those two guys like gods. They're just men.
Yeah.
They came up with calculations. Good for them. Awesome.
Einstein was wrong on space-time. Bending space. What a moron.
He was wrong on the fact that his E equals MC squared is not finished. But now, was he wrong, or did he get it right, and the powers that ought not be took that last part of the calculation out?
He didn't get it right, and he plagiarized it from Henri Poincaré.
Oh yeah, I know. I remember. Yeah.
And actually, Newton, in the first place, wasn't wrong, but he was kind of unfinished because he dismissed rotation, and rotation. You got that last time, Nathan. Rotation, because there's no Newton was assuming there's like a static absolute grid, but everything is relative. Like all the planets, they have a frame of spinning frame of reference. So there's no absolute frame of reference. You know what I mean? So Newton kind of dismissed rotation. So for example, if you have this is the question I asked Jack Sarfati, and he couldn't answer, and he tried to dodge every. Like I'm asking them all these questions, and they can't answer. They all dodge me. All these PhD, they try to keep their little pride for some reason, but all they can do is dodge my question. But if you have an empty star, I mean a spinning star, if you have a spinning star in an empty universe, can the star lose his plasma because it spins so fast? Can it spin in the first place if it's in an empty universe? So I asked them this question, and they couldn't answer, because maybe they could have answered, but if they would have said, if they would have answered, then it wouldn't mean all their academia background is all wrong, because
well, if you admit certain things that are wrong in academia, you actually have to admit that free energy is possible, fusion's possible, that the nuclear program, when we figured it was over, was just beginning. Like, there is so much research that we're barely scratching the surface on. It's incredible.
Yeah, exactly. So
and when it comes to what was the guy's name there that you were saying?
Axor Fatty.
No, not Einstein, but the other one. I'm sorry, I always forget his name. Newton. I always forget his name. I don't know why. Yeah. Mainly because what I heard was he was a promoted individual. He got his information from the Library of Freemasonry. So was he really the genius that everybody thought he was? I don't know.
Well, he plagiarized a lot. The German guy, Leibniz, something like that. You know, the German guy who invented calculus as well.
Oh yeah, I don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Leibniz, I think his name. There was a competition between the two, and I think Newton hired the wife of Leibniz to spy on him. You know, that was pretty crazy, brutal. Even back then.
Yeah.
Brutal. Talk about an inside track, right? That's rough.
Yeah, it's incredible, man. Wow.
On another subject, BurnEye had said something about we should ask AJ about his grandfather, his family history, and his storage unit full of plasma ray tubes. So should we be asking AJ about these things or not?
I mean, I can share a little bit. But yeah, I've been my grandfather, I can say, a little bit. He was very involved into signal analysis and wave amplification. So he was an engineer, peaked during the 60s and 70s during the aviation boom, specifically in recording, so audio recording and also relaying and amplification. So he naturally got very into analog equipment because, just the main transition from vacuum tubes to transistors, he noticed a severe drop in quality because you're going from analog signals to digital, and you can't really replicate certain audio as well as certain electrical phenomena with them. So pretty much, you take that, and from the 60s on to about 2020, was collecting and has a very vast collection of just very interesting different types of high voltage tubes. I'm not sure what he meant by vacuum ray tubes. I think maybe meant CRTs or cathode ray tubes. But yeah, oscilloscopes and that sort of things. And I inherited it when he unfortunately passed away not too long ago. So I've been, discriminating a lot of that and kind of carrying on his work in that sense.
Wow, that's killer.
How far did you get into the oscilloscopes?
Right now, I haven't really set up a lot of them. Basically, a lot of them are sitting on shelves. I haven't really ran a whole lot of experiments on them, but, most of them are working in good condition.
You can run the the old school, the analogs in the XY configuration, and have them put out 3D images.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
I actually have an old tube, but I got to figure out how to do that, Nathan, because it's just sitting on my shelf.
I should send you a video because it's pretty cool. It's the same thing that what was her name that everybody loves?
Sheila?
who?
Sheila?
Yeah,
Sheila?
yeah.
Yeah.
She that's what she does.
That's awesome. I'd love to learn how to do that. Love to see my coil in 3D on the scope.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing, man, because then you can take the ratio and project the amplitude and then get various flowers and all kinds of cool stuff that's all sacred geometry.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to rewatch the recording of that video 2 or 3 times because I need to understand what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, which one?
For all the way from the beginning, so but that's okay. I'm just talking to myself out loud right here.
Yeah. Well, I'll put something together for you if that's what you want, so you can look it over and then just get the videos for you and pull them.
Yeah,
I can
cool.
send it to you on Facebook.
Thank you.
What's
Awesome.
going on, Tim Tron? Say hi to Tim in the chat. Sorry. Tim's working on a cool experiment, man. I can't wait until he finalizes that thing. He's got a bunch of Tesla coils and he's trying to pull like an over unity on them by putting them together in configuration. You know what I mean? Like 4 coils around the center coil with the primary and burst it all out to all of them. And then you put it into caps. And then he's got some cool stuff like a bit and everything to put into it, which is just like this whole little home power plant is what it looks like. It's 3 coils. It has big bars on the top and bottom, man. So Tim's awesome. He's got an over unity invention already.
Okay. Cool.
I'll put that together for you, Phil.
Awesome. Thanks.
Well, I hate to cut it off short, but I unfortunately have another call and meeting that I need to get to. But it was lovely meeting everyone, and hope to reconnect in the future.
Nice
It
meeting you.
It wouldn't be the Demystify meeting by any chance.
I'm sorry?
It wouldn't be the Demystify meeting by any chance.
I am not sure currently. I will speak with Barney about that.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Later.
See you later, brother.
Have a good one, AJ.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
Oh, man.
You're just excited for the Demystify side, Phil?
Yeah, but I'm just gonna wait another 2 hours, and they're not even gonna call my name again. Watch.
What is it you're looking for? I don't understand what this is.
Like, how long do they go on?
Yeah, their show lasts 2 hours. I applied for the Demystify Science show tonight, but I did apply for their last show a month ago or something like that. But they did not draw my name, and I just waited 2 hours for nothing.
So do they like pick it random, like from the
I
people that
don't know.
apply?
There's like 40 people per show, and each person lasts 15 minutes, but they have 2 hours, so they can only show like what 8 people, not even 10, you know.
So if you guys get picked, tonight is the show. You go live on that. One of those people.
Yeah.
That they present. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but
ask you questions for 15 minutes.
Got it.
Yeah, I have to attend because I applied, and if I don't show up, then I'm banned for life. But
Well, good
you
luck
know,
for
yeah,
both
but
of you.
well, I was about to cancel to dismiss that show, but then I saw Dr. Unzicur appearing there and some. And,
I mean, it sounds kind of fun. Like, why not? Like, it's a 10-minute thing. People ask you, and then like it's like it looks like it sounds like a show or something. One of those game shows or something.
Yeah, like
I mean,
Yeah,
you know, the The fastest who has an answer, press a button or something like
Yeah, like something like
that. We should do that, Mike. The fastest between us, all 6 of us, who has the answer, presses the button.
the cool idea.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, Nathan is our like creative, with the whole skits. I mean, you could do something like that,
Game show. Hey Nathan, put a
Yeah,
game
like
show together.
how like Nathan does his little videos. You could make one like that, like
Or
who
how about
gets-
like something like make like your own version of like Jeopardy?
Yeah, exactly.
Believe of extraordinary Jeopardy.
Yeah.
oh man, that's bad.
I'll be. Who would we make as Pat Sajak?
Yeah, that would have to be Bernie.
Bernie? Pat Sajak. Oh man, he was Canadian, by the way.
Oh yeah, totally.
Pat Sajak was?
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yep. Yeah, he was born in Kingston, Ontario. Yeah, same with what's his name from Star Trek, William Shatner.
Oh
Yeah, he's from Montreal.
Shatner? No, he was born in Kingston.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was born in Kingston.
Oh, that's interesting. Kingston, the little military city where the military complex is in Kingston.
Oh, I've never been. Oh, well, I've been to Kingston, but I never went to the military base there.
Yeah. Yeah, my female cousin, her husband and her family is there, and they live happily there. So.
Where in Kingston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been to Kingston, been to Ottawa, been to Montreal. So.
Yeah. Montreal is awesome for the nightlife. But what I like about Montreal is it's all at the same place. There's St. Catherine, and everything is at the same place. You just park your car, and you can walk. You can walk on St. Catherine, and you hop. You do bar hopping. There's a lot of music bands, so it's very lively. So.
Sorry, I just got corrected. William Shatner was born in Montreal.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You still go bar hopping?
Bar hopping in Montreal, yeah.
I haven't gone bar hopping in a long time, man.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying the nightlife is. I'm not doing that, but just saying that it's really lively. We're a bunch of vampires, we just hang out when it's nighttime.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, but man, it's already 10, man.
Toronto's getting too dangerous now for the nightlife. You go down there, you take a risk of getting shot.
Oh yeah, you can't defend yourself, Yeah. If the intruder gets into your home, you have to comply. But I mean,
that's
comply. He doesn't understand that when you're in a life death situation, you have an adrenaline boost.
Yeah, you
don't always control what you're doing.
You know what I don't understand? Someone comes into your house, they stick a knife to your freaking throat. Nobody knows they're there.
Yep.
Do you get my drift?
Exactly.
So nobody's going to know when they leave.
That's
right. Don't come to my house.
Now you're thinking the way I'm thinking. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's such a load of shit, man. If you come to somebody's house while they're sleeping, you no longer have fucking rights. Okay? You're a piece of shit. And you deserve nothing more than what you get. Period.
Yeah.
And if the cops want to get involved, fuck, man. Like that's such a load of shit.
There's always exclusions. Wait, Gerald, there's always exclusions to that. Like
exceptions to the rule. I get that. But you know what? If you broke into a cop's house, he'd blow your freaking head off and go, justified. Okay. But what? Okay. We have to sit there and take it because we're public.
Okay, there was a case
you got to tell him that he was begging to be shot.
Okay, there was a case
No,
here.
Yeah.
There was
like,
a there was a
You know
case
what it is in
here a few
Canada?
days ago that this guy shot a little kid because the kid was on his property. So there are always exceptions to the rule.
Yeah,
You
well,
know?
that's a
Well,
little
that's
bit of
just an
Okay.
that's just an idiot.
So
yeah.
the
That's
law
extreme.
says, yeah, he had every right. Was it okay what he did?
Yeah,
No, didn't
but
have
a
every
fucking
right to
home
do
So,
that.
invasion.
you
You're
know,
asleep and you wake up and somebody's standing above you and you got kids in your house.
That
All
guy's
bets
dead.
are off, man. All
Yeah,
bets are
that's
off.
right. Yeah,
Yep.
100% agree.
Absolutely.
He might enter, but he might not leave.
Exactly. He
Yeah,
shouldn't have been
he
there.
was begging for
okay,
something.
to carry a weapon, you have to really, really, really have high wisdom.
I
You
am a weapon.
understand? Like,
I am a weapon. I don't need to
it's
carry a
not
weapon.
like if you have the opportunity and the law says okay for you to take it. You understand? There's a
Well, I don't
difference.
talk about taking.
Like,
I don't want to
you
take
know,
his
like
life.
if so carrying a weapon it's not what it's okay with the law. There's also a part from you as or as a human that like wants to carry a weapon to have that wisdom and
Yeah, but
decision
Lulu,
making.
we're talking about somebody breaking into your house while you're
Yeah,
sleeping.
that's good. Yeah.
You
while
know what
you're
I mean?
threatened.
That's your
Yeah.
sacred place of peace. And
Yeah.
somebody's
Yeah,
going to take
it
that from
depends.
you? That's
It
bullshit.
it depends on the context. It's like shit. I gotta go, but it depends on the context. So
Yeah,
like
you're not
Okay.
wrong. Every
If somebody
situation
breaks into my house and let's say they steal my lawnmower, do you think I'm gonna really go out there with my gun and
Oh
shoot
yeah,
them?
but
Okay.
that's your law.
So
Like,
this is
that's
where the
not your
wisdom
house.
part comes in. Is
This
it
is
worth
different.
it?
We're
but
talking about
the
somebody
thing.
standing over your bed while you're sleeping
Okay,
overnight.
maybe,
right?
but I think he's faster than me at that point. If he's already standing over
Maybe.
my
The,
bed and I didn't,
Maybe.
but what
then
people don't
then by
understand,
then, it's kind of
what
Yeah,
people don't understand is in these life death situation, you get an adrenaline
Yeah, that's
boost
right. That's
in
right.
your
Yep.
brain, and you don't always like you need to survive. It's life or death. So you don't have time
absolutely.
to ask the guy, do you have a gun on you, or do I need to pull out my gun as well? You don't have time to
Like
negotiate.
whatever happened to basic self-defense rights, right?
That's
Like
right.
it's
That's
gone.
it. That's what it boils down to. Yeah.
I'm sad
Somebody-
I missed
somebody-
AJ. Damn it. Alex is awesome. AJ, awesome young man. And hope he comes back. My apologies for being late. And
That's okay.
Phil, good luck on Demystify Sci.
Yeah, thanks. I gotta go right now. So
It's on now,
see you
so I gotta
later,
go too.
kiders.
good luck.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thanks.
guys.
Good luck, Phil.
Oh, darn it. And Gerald. Oh, well, that's okay.
Okay.
We got a show right here. Good thing I came back halfway through.
Are those two people that the guy that looks like an alien? He's like a yellow haired looking alien dude, and his girlfriend or
Demystified.
wife.
I don't think I've ever
They're
seen the
really
show.
strange. They don't.
Yeah, and they
have a
used
sense
to
of
be
humor?
puppets. Their show literally used to be alien puppets, like for the first couple years when they were interviewing people. Then they like kind of changed it where it kind of looks like between two ferns between them, sort of thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're not in the right place. They're like no sense of humor. They're like the driest people in the world. Like they giggle, but it's like I feel like my skin's crawling when they do. Am I wrong?
No comment.
Okay, well then we all agree. All right, gotcha.
I haven't seen him. I gotta check these guys out at some point.
Nah, what's her name? Natalia, maybe, or maybe I caught that completely wrong. No, Anastasia, I think it is. Yeah, that sounds right. And what's the guy's name? It'll come to me. Anywho, I met him a couple times with the alien scientist when he was doing an interview with them, and they're decent, but yeah, I've been trying to like get a hold of them, and it's just a pain in the